stop. If you leave this video now, in a few years, you could lose absolutely everything. The problem I will be detailing concerns the safety of your family and friends, and if you do not listen and unite to take action, in a few years' time, the people you hold most dear to you could be dead, and nuclear war could rise. If you do nothing, you will regret it. You have been warned. There is a secret technological ecosystem powering our entire internet and world, and it's so fragile that even one file being deleted could bring down millions of websites and even start a global war. The US created the ecosystem to depend on poorly maintained free open source projects used to power their infrastructure, so they wouldn't have to maintain their own, making it largely at risk of collapse, therefore threatening the entire world. In 2021, Y2K almost happened. A singular bug almost destroyed our entire internet, and it originates from a problem that is threatening our whole web. Come Sunday, October 24th, 2021, those using applications that rely on GPSD for handling time data may find that they're living 1,024 weeks and 19.6 years in the past. A bug in GPSD that rolls clocks back to March 2002 was set to strike on October 24th, 2021, and was just detected 3 months before it could infect infrastructure all across our digital world on July 24th, 2021. Gary Miller, maintainer of GPSD, acknowledged making the error, a simple miscalculation. One miscalculation in code could have triggered a global crisis of infected critical infrastructure everywhere, and could have even started a third world war, with countries and nations accusing each other of launching a global cyber attack, endangering countless citizens. And this is all because almost our entire digital infrastructure uses, and therefore depends on, GPSD, NPM left pad incident. A single package being deleted because millions of websites use and therefore depend on it, took down said millions of websites, and it was just a few lines of code. Cloudflare leak. A single line of code in Cloudflare almost broke the entire internet. Cloudbleed was a major Cloudflare security incident where a buffer overflow bug leaked sensitive customer data, including HTTP cookies, passwords, and API keys into shared memory, affecting over 18 million requests. Core.js Denis Pushkarev, the maintainer of the project Core.js for JavaScript, has warned that if manual maintenance stops for the project, then every website depending on it by using it, which is many of the world's top websites, will break. This is because he is maintaining Core.js to fix JavaScript bugs not normally fixable by ordinary JavaScript maintainers. AWS and CrowdStrike outages. Tiny bugs in CrowdStrike and AWS have caused major outages because so much infrastructure uses these software. Half of the internet goes down because of a bug or anomaly in these, and one day there could be a bug that might be unfixable and break everything. Heartbleed and Log4Shell. Both of these incidents have had bugs that had the potential to bring down millions of websites and trigger an apocalyptic event. It is even described as apocalyptic in Log4Shell's article, PHP backdoor. A backdoor in the PHP programming language almost got into it, and it could have been catastrophic for humanity as the PHP language is in millions of websites. xkcd, oodles backdoor. It is said that because Linux is widely used to underpin a lot of infrastructure, such as having the top 1 million servers in data centers run on Linux, this backdoor, if not patched, could have had the entire cloud global workload, along with millions of websites and servers hacked into, as Linux is the most popular OS for cloud computing. Load-bearing internet people, xkcd's dependency, and image magic. Basically, there's a lot of people who maintain critical software that much of the world relies on, directly or indirectly. But because these people keep on doing the job of maintaining the software, it continues to work and nobody notices that there's only one person in Nebraska without whom half of the internet is at risk. There was an effort a while ago to try to support these projects, but it didn't really go anywhere because most people don't care. The fact that we can't even agree on which real-life event inspired the comic shows how terrifyingly true the supply chain open source security crisis problem is. There are dozens more of these tiny, critically important bits of software that no one realizes are so important until they get hacked, taken down, break, or otherwise stop working. An LBIP is a person who maintains the software for a critical internet service or library and has to do it without organizational support or a budget backing him up. That second part is key. Some maintainers for critical software operate from a niche at a university or a government agency that supports their effort. The kind of load I'm talking about isn't technical challenge. It's the stress of knowing that you are it and you are alone. The world out there has no idea what a crapstorm it would be if you failed at your self-imposed duty. And goddammit, why doesn't anybody care? LBIPs happen because some of the most critical services can't be monetized. How do you put a meter on DNS? Or time synchronization? Or having a set of ubiquitous and reliable crypto libraries? Where there's no profit stream, markets are not going to directly solve this problem. We must get the UN to recognize this problem and declare an immediate global emergency against it to secure what underpins our infrastructure. They are the only people who can help at this point because of how easy they are to reach out to. An investigation needs to be done into what underpins our infrastructure, and we must make sure that a technological apocalypse never happens. TSMC is one of the world's leading semiconductor manufacturers, and inconveniently, the world's largest tech corporations unnecessarily rely on it for chips used in their infrastructure, such as your phones, tablets, computers, and consoles. TSMC has recently been under threat because of China's threats against Taiwan, which is the country TSMC is from, and shipping will be massively paused once Taiwan is attacked. China must understand that if they invade Taiwan, they will trigger a massive global semiconductor crisis because the United States has an unnecessary reliance on TSMC. So we must get China to help the rest of the world take action against this dependency problem and hold the United States accountable for creating the dependency problem, since they control the vast majority of the world's media, and therefore we depend on it. Open source security was the biggest mistake ever made on the internet. The United States has integrated this problem into the world's most used infrastructure like iPhones, Windows, and Mac computers, and a lot more, and websites and applications such as YouTube, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, and so much more. The entire world must stop depending on the United States for their internet, media control, and many other things. The USA, including its tech giants like Microsoft, YouTube, Amazon, Google, and others, have violated the trust of the rest of the world, who have been depending and relying on their digital infrastructure and media without knowing how vulnerable their foundations, libraries, and dependencies really are. Currently, the UN is facing financial collapse as the US has cut funding, and if it goes defunct, then this means that we'll no longer have any means of reaching out to them about this problem. The year 2038 problem can affect time-based open source libraries, projects, and dependencies too, so we must keep this in mind as well. Thank you for watching.